Welcome to World Action and Reaction News. Today's news headlines are according to Indian English language daily newspaper Hindustan Times. The Indian Navy recently submitted a request for information, RFI, to 6 shipbuilders to build 6 new submarines as part of the Project 75I, P-75I. Valued at €8.3 billion, India's biggest submarine procurement to date, P-75I is set to scale up the Indian Navy submarine warfare capabilities. Important criteria that will guide supplier choice will be the Air-Independent Propulsion (AIP) system, the means proposed to increase endurance and stealth capability, anti-surface and anti-submarine warfare capability, and land attack capability, as well as other aspects such as transfer of technology. Possible base models are 1A26 Sweden, Saab Kockums, 2. Amur 1650 Russia, Rubin, 3. S80 Spain, Nava NTIA, 4. Scorpeni France, Naval Group, 5. Soryu Japan, MHI/Kai, 6. Type 214 Germany, TKMS. India's top auditor, the Controller and Auditor General, has revealed that the Indian Air Force's IAF fleet of 6 IL-78 refueling aircraft has been rusting in the open because of a lack of hangars. There is only one hangar for the 6 planes, the CAG noted. The CAG report tabled in Parliament said the IAF is missing pivotal infrastructure and dedicated refueling corridor for its air-to-air refueling IL-78s. CAG also points out the aircraft require 11,480 feet to 15,022 feet long runway for the carrying of optimum quantity of fuel, but of the 10 airfields, only one is 10,500 feet long. 6 IL-78 aircraft were procured during 2003-04, but only one hangar is available. Due to non-availability of hangars, the costly air assets remained in the open, which adversely affected their serviceability and life, CAG report tabled in the Parliament reads. Aircraft hangars are required for scheduled and unscheduled maintenance activity and runway for taking off and landing. Limited availability of these will adversely impact maintenance and operational efficiency, respectively. However, creating full-fledged maintenance and operational infrastructure at multiple locations is resource-intensive, and therefore, Air forces all over the world create these facilities at restricted number of locations for optimal operations, Group Captain Kishore Kumar Krai, a serving fighter pilot of the Indian Air Force with 31 years of operational service, told Sputnik. Top U.S. bosses are backing a new effort to build strategic ties with India, following Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent first meeting with President Donald Trump. The US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, USISP, seeks to reset and broaden the relationship between the world's 2 largest democracies, and to supplant an existing body under the umbrella of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. While Modi's bear hug with Trump and a clutch of deals at their meeting in June symbolized a budding friendship, trade between the 2 nations has underperformed, and Washington wants to narrow a $31 billion bilateral deficit. Israel's Rafael Defence Systems Ltd has formed a joint venture facility with Kalyani Group to produce anti-tank guided missiles called Spike for the Indian Armed Forces that are also likely to be exported to Southeast Asian countries. Kalyani Rafael Advanced Systems Private Ltd, as the joint venture will be called, has been set up with an investment of Rs 60-70 crore, with Kalyani Group holding 51% stake and the Israeli partner keeping the rest. Spike missiles are supplied by Israel to 20 countries, including NATO members. This is the first private sector facility which will become a missile house, said Kalyani Group Chairman Baba Kalyani. We will start producing these missiles in weeks for Indian Armed Forces, and we will be seeking government permissions to export it to Southeast Asian countries like Myanmar, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia. These are the potential markets for us. The joint venture is part of the request Indian Armed Forces made in 2010 for these missiles. The order from Indian Armed Forces is worth about $1 billion, spread over a couple of years, and the final approvals are likely to come in a few weeks, Kalyani said. Make in India is not about making announcements but making this that India does not make. This is the first such advanced missile system under make in India, Kalyani said. The facility will be 90% localized and parts will be procured locally in Hyderabad. It will create about 300 direct jobs and 1,000 indirect jobs, Kalyani said. Kalyani said this will get technology from Israel and it will not be a screwdriver manufacturing facility operation like in the past. Kalyani was referring to the fact that foreign technology transfer to India has been difficult. Rafael President and Chief Executive Officer Yoav Har even said the factory will also give the firm credits towards its offset obligations in India. China recently carried out a flight test of a new anti-satellite missile that highlights the growing threat of Beijing's space warfare capabilities. The flight test of the Dongnan 3 direct ascent missile was tracked by U.S. intelligence agencies on July 23 from China's Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in Inner Mongolia, in northwestern China, said U.S. defense officials familiar with reports of the launch. The officials said the launch was not successful and the DN-3 appeared to malfunction in the upper atmosphere after the launch at night. The launch took place after Chinese authorities posted a notice to airlines to avoid flying near the flight path of the missile. The missile's flight was captured in photographs and video by several Chinese internet users near the Jiuquan facility. The AEHF-4 communications satellite was scheduled to launch October 11, and the SBIRS GEO-4 spacecraft November 9, both on Atlas V rockets. AEHF-4 is being postponed because of a problem with a power regulator unit on the satellite, while SBIRS GEO-4 is being delayed as the result of a SBIRS program prioritization decision. The SBIRS satellite is now scheduled to launch in January, while a new date for the AEHF spacecraft has not been announced. According to the website Israel Defence, Plasan Sasa, an Israeli manufacturer of armor protection solutions for vehicles, has unveiled a new variant of their Sandcat Stormer armored vehicle, for the first time following serial delivery to an international client, the Stormer RCWS/MLS. The new Stormer vehicle incorporates Rafael Advanced Defense Systems dual Samson Mini RWS system that includes 2 Spike LR anti-tank guided missiles, ATGM, and a 12.7 mm heavy machine gun, HMG, with a 150-round magazine. China is modernizing its main combat tanks Type-96 according to the experience acquired in the Russian tank biathlon, the military Zvezda TV channel reported. During the biathlon most crews-operated T-72 tanks. Chief arbiter of the competition Colonel Roman Bunyakov said before the start it was no problem for foreign participants to compete on the Russian hardware as the tank is operational in many countries. However, the Belarusian team competed on T-72 BME, the Indian team, on T-90S Bishma and Chinese team, on Type-96B. The Type-96B participated in the biathlon for the first time. It is a modernized Type-96A which competed in the biathlon in 2016. Editor-in-chief of the Arsenal of the Fatherland magazine Viktor Murakhovsky said the Type-96 is no copy of the Russian T-72 despite licensed production and integration of several units. By the ride and firepower characteristics, the Chinese tank is comparable to the upgraded T-72B3. However, the Type-96 is equipped with China-designed and produced components, including armaments, engine, and the running gear. The main novelties of Type-96 are related to the upgraded power plant and transmission, which increase the mobility of the hardware. The Israeli Ministry of Defense has unveiled a new IFV version of the Israeli-made Namer tracked APC, armored personnel carrier. July 31, 2017. A video was released on the official YouTube account of the Israeli Ministry of Defense showing the new Namer IFV, infantry fighting vehicle, in live demonstration. The Namer is an Israeli-made APC based on the Merkava MBT, main battle tank, chassis. The Namer was developed by the Israeli Ordnance Corps. The new Namer IFV is fitted with an unmanned turret armed with 130 mm automatic cannon. According to Israeli military sources, the same turret will be fitted on the Israeli-made Iton 8x8 armored vehicle.
Thanks for watching. I hope you like this news. Please share your views in comment box. Please like and share this video. Press subscribe button and bell for auto update to you regarding my channel World Action and Reaction News. Warn.